Most speakers try to stand out. They're big, they're boxy, and they usually dominate the room. But this one tries to do the exact opposite, because what you're looking at here actually looks like a book, except it's not. This is the Bang Olufsen Beosound Emerge, and the first time I saw it, I had a very simple question. Can something this thin actually fill a room with sound? Today, we're gonna find out. Hi, I'm Julie and welcome to E-piphany, where we review high-end audio-visual technology and the systems shaping our modern home. And I thought this would be the perfect product to start with, because the Beosound Emerge isn't just about sound. It's about design, engineering, and how technology can actually become part of your living space. But to understand why this speaker exists, we actually need to go back almost 100 years. Imagine Denmark, 1925. Two engineers, Peter Bang and Bang Olufsen, are working in a small attic. And at the time, radios were powered by large batteries. Messy, expensive, and not exactly elegant. So they invent something called the eliminator, a device that allows radios to plug directly into the wall. A simple invention, but it completely changes how people use radios. And that small experiment in an attic eventually becomes Bang Olufsen. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because while most audio companies focused on making speakers bigger and louder, Bang Olufsen started asking a completely different question. What if audio equipment could actually make a room look better? Instead of designing speakers that dominate a space, they started designing speakers that belong in it. And that philosophy is exactly what you see here. The first time you hold the Emerge, the thing that really stands out is how impossibly slim it feels. Most bookshelf speakers are chunky square boxes. This one feels more like a design object, and that's intentional. The whole idea behind this product is simple. Create a speaker that delivers powerful sound while visually blending into a bookshelf, almost like a book itself. And once you understand that idea, the entire design starts to make sense. Let's talk about the materials, because Bang Olufsen always puts a lot of thought into this. The spine of the speaker is made from precision machined aluminium, and it gives the speaker its structure and that cool, premium feel. On the sides, you have natural oak wood panels, which immediately makes the speaker feel more like furniture rather than technology. And across the front, you have a quadrat woven textile, a high-end Danish acoustic fabric designed to allow sound to pass through cleanly. So visually, this doesn't feel like a gadget. It feels like something designed to live in your home. But here's where it gets interesting, because fitting powerful sound into something this slim is actually serious engineering. Inside the Emerge, you'll find a 3-driver system. There's a 4-inch woofer handling the low frequency, a mid-range driver for vocals and detail, and a compact tweeter for the high-end frequencies. These are powered by separate digital amplifiers, delivering around 120 watts of power in total. Now, on paper, that might not sound massive, but remember, this speaker is only a few centimeters thick. So the real engineering challenge here is how the sound spreads into the room. And that's where Bang Olufsen uses something called the 180-degree sound dispersion. Instead of projecting sound in one direction, the Emerge spreads sound across the surrounding space, which allows it to fill a room much more naturally than the size suggests. Now, when it comes to connectivity, this is a very modern speaker. You get support for AirPlay 2, Chromecast built-in, Spotify Connect, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi multi-room audio, which means you can stream directly from your phone or integrate it into a larger Bang Olufsen system around your home. And if you pair 2 Emerge speakers together, you can create a full stereo setup, which really expands the soundstage. Now, the thing I was most curious about with the speaker was obviously the sound, because when you look at something this thin, you almost expect it to sound small. But the first time I played music through it, that wasn't the case at all. The sound spreads across the room in a way that feels much bigger than the speaker itself. Vocals come through really clearly, and for something this size, the bass actually has a surprising amount of presence. Now, this isn't designed to replace a massive hi-fi system, but for a bookshelf speaker that visually disappears into your room, the balance between design and sound is really impressive. Of course, there are a few things worth considering, because while the sound is impressive for its size, this is still a compact speaker. So if you're trying to fill a very large room or you're chasing deep room-shaking bass, you'll probably want something larger. And this speaker really works best in smaller to medium living spaces where the design can blend naturally into the environment. So the real question is, who is this speaker actually for? If you're building a dedicated hi-fi listening room, you're probably looking at larger speakers. But if you want something that combines great sound and thoughtful design and fits naturally into a modern living space, that's exactly where the Emerge makes sense. It's for people who care about great sound, great design, and how technology fits into their home, if that makes sense. The Beosound Emerge is a really good example of what Bang Olufsen does differently. It's not just about sound, it's about how technology lives with us, how it fits into our homes. And sometimes the best technology isn't the one that stands out the most, it's the one that quietly belongs there. And I love that. If you enjoyed this deep dive into high-end audio-visual technology, make sure to subscribe to E-piphany, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!